This is the Metabo-HPT 36V MultiVolt cordless brushless orbital jigsaw, model number CJ36DAQ4. This jigsaw is the flagship for Metabo-HPT's 36V line. It's clearly aimed at the professional, though I do think that the prosumer and the high-end DIYer is really going to like this as well. It has a lot of great features. It could be something good if you're kind of a DIYer, high-end DIYer, you're wanting to work into a better line, something a little bit more professional grade. This could really be something good for you. To work into. A jigsaw is pretty basic, even with the most amount of features. It's a pretty basic tool, and it's going to be, it should be, in my opinion, in every homeowner's tool arsenal, and definitely every DIYer and prosumer. I will say right up front that I really like this jigsaw. I'm not going to hide it at all. I really like it. There are a few things about it that I don't care for, but it is powerful, it is robust. It feels solid and good in the hand. There's so much good about it. This tool came to me from Metabo-HPT. They sent it over to me so I could do a power tool review, and they just told me to be honest and open, and they had no boundaries on really what I could say or couldn't say. They just wanted to get some honest feedback so that they could make their products better, which I really appreciate. This tool is 4.4 pounds, so it's a bit of a hefty tool, but really not too bad. It feels good in the hand. It feels solid. I like it. It has a brushless motor. It operates at a nominal 36 volts, and so you would use the Metabo-HPT MultiVolt 18V 36V battery, which is this one. And this one, you'll notice, just slides right in real easy. And you know, the batteries do come with, you know, the gauge and all that stuff. Now this is sold bare tool only, as far as I know. I've never seen a kit for this. This does not work with the 18V batteries. So here's an 18V battery. It will slide into the housing, but it will not go all the way down. And so that's a good thing. That's a safety feature there, and helps to keep you from doing the wrong thing. So that's a good feature as well. So operates on the 36V battery, or it will operate also, of course, on the AC adapter, which is multi-volt. So that's nice to have that option of running this corded or cordless. It does have a 4-stage adjustment for orbital setting. So there's setting 4, gives you the greatest amount of orbit, which is going to increase the speed of your cut, but also make your cut not as clean. And then as you go down to 1, gives you a cleaner cut, but then it also makes your cut slower. And of course, depending on what kind of blade you have, you'll have adjustment there as well. It does have a LED light, which is really hard to see. It's in there. A single LED in the center in front of the blade. It stays on for about 10 seconds after you pull the trigger. So I like that. That's nice. You know, one thing I really like about this tool is that it has not only a trigger lockout feature, which is pretty common to have a lockout feature as a safety feature for the tool, but it also has the feature of being able to lock on your trigger. And so if you push the trigger up and then hold it and then push in the button on the side, then it will hold the trigger in place. So actually I will demonstrate that real quickly. I don't have a blade in here, so I can. So I'm just going to set this at setting number 1, the lowest setting. And I'm going to pull up on this trigger, and you'll see when I push the button in, it'll hold. So I just really like that feature. I really don't understand why more tool companies don't put the trigger lock on feature on their tools. You have the trigger lock out, you have the trigger lock on, and then of course you have the variable speed dial. So speed 1 is 800 strokes per minute, and then it goes up to speed 5, and speed 5 is 3,500 strokes per minute. If you turn on auto setting, which is the A, then in theory anyway, it starts off at 1,400 strokes per minute, and then it will ramp up to 3,500 strokes per minute. And so you don't have to set, if you want to lock the trigger on, you don't have to be at the max setting all the time. You can make it as low or as high as you want to, between 1 and 5. Another thing I like about this tool, and it's related again to the trigger, is that the trigger itself is variable speed. And so not only do you have a variable speed in the dial itself, where you just can kind of set it and forget it, but then you can also use the trigger variable speed. So again, the best of both worlds. So let's say that I set this, I want to go at a max setting on number 5, and you can kind of listen to it and hear how it ramps up when I begin to pull the trigger just lightly, and then it ramps up to the full 3,500 strokes per minute. Listen to that. It might, I'm trying to listen hard, it might do variable speed increase in increments, maybe. I feel like it's just my fingers jerking. So it seems like it's really smooth, even though it does jump a little bit. But anyway, I like it. The overall trigger, the variable speed, and the trigger lock on is real nice. The blade change on this tool is very nice. It's number one, it's metal. It's not plastic. So many of these ones that are coming out are plastic. It feels really good. It's just smooth. It reminds me a little bit more of the DeWalt's, but I'd say that like it doesn't feel as, the DeWalt's kind of feels like the hinge is maybe a little flimsy. I don't know. I like the DeWalt a lot. I actually like the Milwaukee too. I like several of the different companies that make these, and Makia's new one is pretty nice. Anyway, it just feels nice and smooth. One bad thing about the release is that it does not eject the blade. I really wish that they would have added that feature to this. Maybe in the future, Metabo can add that. Metabo-HPT can add that feature. Right now, it does not. But it does release it to where if you just shake it a little bit, the blade will fall out. So it's not like you have to grab a hot blade, with your fingers to remove it. You can just shake it around and it will fall out. The shoe on the tool is very solid. It's robust. It just feels strong. You'd have to really whack this thing hard to get it to move. I like that overall. It does have a place where you can slip a guide through here if you want to use your Jigsaw with an edge guide. There are a couple of things that I don't like about this shoe, and we will talk about that in just a minute. The dust blower feature on this tool works great. I'm not sure that it's better or worse than anyone I've ever tried, but it seems to do its job. It pushes the dust out of the way. The rubber overmolding on this tool, it does feel really nice. It just feels, in my hand anyway, which I know that's subjective, it feels good. It's in most of the right places. I would like to see rubber overmold here around the base, just because if I'm using it almost like a barrel grip jigsaw, I would like to have some overmold there, just around the bottom there, but it's really nice. It feels great. Okay, there are some things that I don't like about this tool, and that's just going to be the case with, I guess, about any tool, is that there are going to be things that I don't like. But the first thing, we talked about the problems, that there are some problems with the shoe. Again, all this could be considered subjective, so take it for what it is. It's an accurate tool, it's a sturdy tool, it's strong, it's powerful, so all those really necessary things are good, but there are some things I just don't like. So with the shoe, it does not have tool-free adjustment. So you can bevel 45 to 45, left and right, but it does not have tool-free adjustment. It does have a hex key or a hex wrench or an Allen key on board, and it just feels really solid. It actually has an adjustment here where you can adjust the friction on the Allen key and how tight it holds it. And so that's actually a really nice feature that I've not seen before. Maybe I've just never noticed it anywhere else. Another issue with the shoe is that the bevel adjustment only has really 3 positive stops, if you want to call it that, because its center is 0, and then 45 left, 45 right, and that's it. So if you want to make it any other bevel cut, then you really just got to pull out a gauge and figure it out yourself. So I would like to see maybe just like 2 more positive stops on there. Well, you know, I don't know. I don't really use these things for bevel cuts anyway, so I really don't know what I'm complaining about. But it's okay. It's not a big deal, but I just have some things that I would prefer, especially thinking about other people that use these for bevel cuts and what you might want to use them for. So if you're just doing 90-degree cuts, then it's not really that big of a deal. Another issue that I have with this tool is that in the auto mode, when you put it in auto on the dial and you push it into the lumber, it goes in slow, but then it just like stays slow for unless you give it a lot of pressure. And maybe it's just the tool that I have. Maybe another tool will have different results, but unless you just really push it in there hard, it takes too long to ramp up. You really should, with minimal friction, it really should start to ramp up once you get that cut started. And it just takes too long, in my opinion, for it to get started. These last couple of things are things that I'm not sure if they're a real problem or if I'm just missing something. So as far as I can tell, this tool does not allow for dust collection. Now for me, that's not really a big issue because on a jigsaw, I don't really use dust collection a whole lot. There are circumstances in where I would like to use dust collection. So is there dust collection Metabo-HPT or somebody else? Do you know? I've searched and searched online. I couldn't find a thing. On the Metabo-HPT website, it gives a list of accessories, and it seems like there have been some accessories at some point, but I can't find them. So as far as I can tell, there is no dust collection. But then there's this dust shroud, which is a nice hefty dust shroud. But what's the point of having a dust shroud if you don't have dust collection? If you can't hook it up to a vacuum, a dust extractor? Because when you put this on, it's just going to keep all that dust inside there, and then the blower is going to blow because there's no way to turn off the blower option. And so then you just, it's hard to see your cut line and all that. So I don't really know then what the point of the dust shroud is. And you know, you add that together with the splinter guard, which is again, it's a heavy duty splinter guard. It's not like these cheap ones and thin ones that you find on some other lines. It's a nice heavy duty splinter guard. It is really difficult to get off and on, by the way, so that's something to keep in mind. But you put all that together with no dust extraction, it's pretty much pointless to use. So as far as using the dust shroud without dust collection. So that's my thought on that. And another thing that just really gets on my nerves, this is the year 2023. This tool I think was released around 2020, so either way, we're far enough into the future now to where every jigsaw should come with a guard for the shoe, a no-mar shoe guard. And this one does not, and I cannot find one online. So again, if you know where to get one, please put it in the description so that we can follow your link and find one, because I can't find one anywhere. And it seems to indicate that there has been one at some point on the website in the accessory section. I might be reading that wrong, but as far as I can tell, there is no shoe guard. Metabo-HPT, please come out with a shoe guard for this if you have not already. And you know, the only other option I can see is that you would just do it the old school way and cover it with tape. And if you're working on some fine woodworking projects, because if you're working on fine woodworking, you are going to want to have a no-mar shoe guard or shoe plate. So that's another issue that I have with the Jigsaw. Might not be a big issue to you, but it is there. It is an issue if for those that use it. This jigsaw is covered by Metabo's lifetime lithium-ion tool warranty. And so it's a good peace of mind just to have that lifetime warranty. So I do suggest as soon as you get these tools, go ahead and register them on the website. There's information on the box or in the literature, I can't remember, about how to register your tool, but you can also just do a Google search and find out how to register your tool as well. This is available on Acme Tools. It's also available on Amazon. Just make sure that you find the one that says that it's sold by and shipped by Amazon, because that's the official reseller there, Amazon Corporation itself. This tool I did find for $169. That's at the time of this recording, and so in the future, you know, it's going to go up and down. So $169 is a really good price for this kind of a tool. Overall, this is a really good tool. I'd say this is the one, if not the best, it's one of the best jigsaws that I've ever used cumulatively. All features, all things considered, I really, really like this one. I do think that I'll be using it quite a bit, and especially with it being a D handle, but being able to have the lock-on trigger and the variable speed trigger and also the variable speed dial and all that stuff is just really appealing to me. So I like it. I definitely recommend it. And truly, that's not just because they sent me this tool for review. If I didn't like it, I'll just say that I don't like it, and I'll tell you why. So this again is the Metabo-HPT 36V MultiVolt cordless brushless orbital jigsaw, model number CJ36DAQ4. I'll wear you out saying that. Check it out. It's on Acme Tools and on Amazon. Links are in the description if you want to go and click those links. Has some affiliate links there that would help out. And also just more information, again, specifications and all that down in the description if you want to take a look. Thanks for joining me on this tool review. Hope you have a good day, and I'll see you soon.